guys. That's why we're going off on a tangent. Party go from big, they get annihilated. Vital, that very quick round, thankfully. But it's a 3-4, big in the lead on the T side.
But yeah, his personality doesn't really fit the role that he's playing. You're right. Not in that sense.
Yeah, Apex has always just been super humble, super low key.
Yeah.
Super cool. Like just friendliest guy in CS. It's crazy.
Well, next time we have a tactical time or a tech timeout, I have a story about Apex.
Yeah. Okay.
That I like. I may have said it once or twice before, but I'm sure there are viewers that haven't heard. So
this is like Dad Anders at the Thanksgiving table.
It is.
You tell his story every year.
Exactly right. You know, it's much worse when you forget yourself. You know, just going off.
We're not that old yet, Anders.
Let's see. A little bit of, yeah, Tabs are also going down, and looks like RPK is going to be falling at long, so definite trouble here. Apex taking out Keto. So a 3-on-3.
Есть,
Still
все,
over a
пушка,
minute
пушка,
left,
пушка,
so
пушка,
everything
пушка,
should
пушка.
be just fine, but we'll see if they can find a way big to get back in it. They've already caused some economic damage. There's a lot of money on Vitality, so if they could get even just another kill, especially maybe on Syman and get that up away, that would be huge. And obviously winning the round is the real goal.
And well, Tijan opens it up. That is such excellent team.
Так, пока я отвлекался, счет стал 4-3.
Even if the op was there, you trade
Это
1-for-1
жесть.
and you get control of long.
Как так?
Ball goes down and now it's all on Zaiwu, who's got 1 HP. He's got to die. Yep. Not a chance for him. And it's all on Nivera, the young blood. And well, I mean, it's a tall order. As the smoke's clear now, he's got to worry about multiple angles trying to move up onto the site. And it's looking like he is going to back off. And unfortunately for him, he cannot get that AWP as Zaiwu died on Catwalk. So, toast for him. We'll see if he can actually survive it.
Yeah, indeed. Don't mind that he backed off. I think if you ever wanted to win a 1 versus 3 like that, the interval between your first and second kill has to be really almost instant. You have to make it from a 1-on-3 into a 1-on-1 very, very fast. Oh, and speaking about not saving the AWP, he actually finds a way. That's creative and a little bit bold, but it works out just fine. He'll pick up that one, 1-2, and sorry, 2 people left on big is what I was trying to say. 9th round is coming up. That was the first kill from Nivera as well, if I'm counting that right. So maybe a little bit of a slow start. He was playing fine on, I think he was top fragging on this map last time. A little bit slow out the gate this time around, and we shall see. Timeout being called by the T side. A chance to discuss exactly how to proceed in this. But yeah,
У нас 5 зрителей, здрасте всем, всем привет, кто смотрит.
See how it plays out now.
Смотрим матч Vitality Big.
Keep the AWP or throw it over to the side.
Yeah.
Passing it along.
Give it over. You think? Well, yeah, he's got. I guess when you got money enough, just go ahead, pick up one of your own, go ham. I mean, we've seen quite a bit of aggression. You saw that yesterday from Nivera. He was trying to make plays versus complexity, which is really cool to see.
Так, 5-3.
And it's looking like he's trying to do more.
Пользу бигов.
We've seen a couple pushes
Точнее, бигов.
for him so far on that defense. So, you know, with an AWP
Что
in
с
hand, why
ним?
not?
Почему он так разговаривает? Что с ним?
Get in there and catch big off guard. Flash into mid, a little bit of deeper information there. Keto clearing things out.
Pretty standard setup here for big. I mean, this is just a way to make sure that the CTs aren't pushing anywhere. You get that mid control. Like, this is just completely.
Что там, заняли мид, при этом лонг отжали команда Vitality, но при этом команда Big вообще не пикала лонг. При этом, постоянно при этом.
I'm sure they could hear RPK jumping and running back and forth, so that's at least one player they know something about.
Интересно, Сирсон поймает? Нет. Нет. Кидаются смог в сити. Выход, похоже, планируется на шорт. Судя по тому, что делает команда Big. 48 секунд до конца, 46.
Standing still at the moment. I think another attempt here at putting a little bit of pressure on them. 35 seconds. Now they have spent a lot of time looking for a Vitality reaction, and they've got none. That's kind of annoying. Like, I bet they wish that they could have had someone peek in somewhere as they were throwing these grenades out. And that hasn't really happened. So out the middle, but the bomb is on catwalk, so this just all looks like a distraction. Keto, he's being sacrificed for the eventual aid.
Зайву делает килл по Тапсону. Кита отвечает, убивает Шокса, Невера. Убивает Кита. 3 ситуация, 3 в 2, 2 в 2. Сантарес и Сирсон. Против Зайву и Неверы. Ой. О, не убил его, лол.
Dear Lord, that is close. All right.
I like how, well, you know what? I can't actually make fun of that. Because Big look like they're playing out of a basement, but you and I are literally casting out of a basement. So we're all basement dwellers in the end. Like, recognize like, I guess. I don't know.
That's, yeah, well, nothing wrong. No, we've assumed the role of the basement dwellers. It's great. They've got a good life down here.
Yeah, can't complain. Isolated. But it is still Big Clan, 5 rounds on the board T side. Vitality trailing by 4 rounds, but it's looking like they're going to tie things up unless Searson can make some magic happen with his AWP. I like it. The bait.
Yeah, a run boosted bait.
Yeah, I like it. Peek together. Why don't they peek together? Shoot. I thought that was the plan, like get him on right side and so they peek together and that creates the opening, but Nivera is just going to kill Searson outright.
Yeah, that would have made sense, wouldn't it? Well, they recover the orb at least, so they have another chance.
АВП Центареса я ни разу не видел. Такого я еще ни разу не видел.
Yeah, well,
we'll see him soon.
Yeah, we will.
Actually, we'll see him in a week.
Центарес АВП. Такого я еще не видел. Окей, Центарес делает килл по Апексу. Тапсен падает в сити, умирает. И выход закончился. Ух, что думаешь, сколько карт будет? Не знаю. 2? Если Невера дальше будет играть. Невера мажет просто в бочину, не может два выстрела попасть.
Shoxy is the X factor though. I feel for Vitality. Yeah, it feels like he's always been the X factor for Vitality. And at the beginning, I don't know, where it's like Shoxy always tends to get into that leadership role, and then he's taking out of that fragging role. But as I understand it now, Apex is calling the shots, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they, because in the past they would sometimes, you know, they'd have shots called like one tap or like, you know,
5-5.
I think he used to focus the rounds in some maps.
Эко-раунд от команды Big, но при этом они начинают в большинстве, так как Тапсон находит килл по Апексу. Ой-ой-ой. Интересно. Окей, РПК нашивает смоки, ни по кому не попадает. Ой-ой-ой, Тапсон убивает Зайву, но при этом Шокс вместе с Зайву и РПК закрывает раунд. 5-6. В пользу Виталити.
Well, maybe might have a hard time envisioning some of this, but it's still not even peak shocks. Like,
no,
so ridiculous, you know.
But man, can you ever go back to like 2014 shocks or 2013 shocks?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a tall ask, isn't it?
It's definitely hard. Like playing that well requires. I mean, look at Simple how much he puts into staying that good. The upkeep on that kind of style is immense.
Yeah. That's why there's only a few guys who are capable of it.
Yeah. But yeah, even yesterday, shocks would be scary enough to be playing against. All right, messing that up, and now interrupted. You had your chance.
You had your chance, and they got fed up with it, waiting around. Oh, this timing on the HE though. Oh, that is hard to get better than that.
So devastating. And look at how much it helps out with the spray as well. It suddenly means, you know,
Один в один размен, 2 в 2 в размен, окей. При этом Зайву убивает Xantares, и ситуация 2 в 3. Выход на асайд через лонг. Какие-то откидывают смог в сити. Ой, Зайву убивает еще и Сирсона. И Невера убивает у нас Кейта. 5-7.
Yeah, so 7 out of the last 8, basically.
You know, this is like the counter curse where I said, you know, I think they're gonna get smashed on this map. Yeah, maybe it's the counter caster curse that's coming through here.
It could, yeah, it could well be that that's what we're dealing with. I think maybe it's just Saiwu. He's feeling it.
I mean, yeah, that's.
But you're right. He's quick, but there is just also the confidence in himself. You know, like you don't see him falling back from a lot of fights and saying, "Oh, I'll play it safe and maybe I should," like, you know, he's just going for it.
Yeah.
And that's also just hard to deal with. Looks like we have a B rush with the Tech 9 and some other stuff going in. Could work if they get the first kill on the guy in the corner. Then I think you're set up for something. Then the AWP will be alone. So that first
Невера находит килл по Кейта.
That is the real test. And Nevera already gained the 1 kill. That's going to make it so much easier. Sharks 2 kills is plenty enough.
Сирсон не успел выйти, уже убил Шакса. Каким образом? Он был за стеной и убил Шакса. Не, я понимаю, там был префайр, но, блин, Шокс его даже не видел, не успел увидеть. 5-8.
Can we get a comparisons?
Yeah, that would be sick.
Can we get like
you know, camera from Apex yesterday versus today? I think he got a haircut. Just saying.
One of those sliding pictures where you should update.
Well, we're gonna get that tactical timeout getting called here by Big Clan. A little bit of a discussion going on over on that side of things.
He's playing better than he was at Apex, so maybe the haircut has helped in some strange way that we don't know.
I just think that Vitality don't feel as challenged by Big Clan.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
It's hard to say. They've had some crazy results in this online era, Big. So
sure, yeah. But I mean, you know, they're German, right? So I mean,
yeah. The old meme.
Yeah, old meme, oldie but goodie.
Sometimes you have to bring back the old memes.
But you know, Vitality. I mean, I don't know. Complexity. It feels if you measure it up, obviously it's just gut. But it's just I think a Complexity. I feel like they're just heavy hitters on that team.
Опять планируется выход под Б, серьезно? Вот же ничего не выходило.
No, maybe not. Or at least for now they seem really confident. So
Saiwu isn't at least.
No, but I don't think he cares about whoever's on the other side. I don't think he really bothers that much. It's like the only thing maybe is if it's simple, maybe he's like, all right. Everyone else. I don't know. I'm just putting words into his mouth here, guys. Nevera, a little bit of a shot through the door to hit Tabson. That is going to be annoying. Ooh, but they go for a check on Apex. Not quite in time. That's pretty fortunate. I think actually there was a friendly flash that helped out with a kill on Keto. So that's a bit unfortunate for Big. 55 seconds, and it's a 3-on-4. Again, they're up on the catwalk. That seems to be something they want to do a lot. I'm not sure it's really working. Santara's trying to be the playmaker here, and I think that's a really good idea. You have to try something, and he's going to get the kill. Nevera missing the shot. So now it's a 2-on-3, and Santara's has got the bomb site. Great play out of him. That's what you need in a round like that. Oh, Sharks goes down. Haven't been calling Santara's name too much.
No, he's been pretty quiet so far this series.
Бомба устанавливается 3 в 1, РПК ставит в яме. 23% здоровья у РПК. Эта информация вам сильно ничего не даст, потому что что? Потому что РПК уходит на сейф. Ай-яй-яй. 6-8. 6-8. Уйди, я стримлю. Как же это ублюдский, когда ты живешь с одней.
Can you barbecue again?
Sure you can.
All right.
I mean, you'd have to get creative. Very creative.
Pay close attention. I've never tried that, but something French that I've always wanted to try is the like the raclette they have, like the cheese.
Yeah, buddy. But that's for the winter, right? When it's nice and cold outside.
I don't care what time of year it is.
16:10 нужно от бегов.
You're that guy. You're a cheese any time of the day kind of guy.
Да ладно.
It's actually a passion that Bardolph and I share.
Yeah.
Ну типа столько раундов подряд.
But Bardolph has got good taste, man. He is a true gentleman.
I know. It's remarkable.
Ну пока 6-8, типа хз. Как она получится? Не, ну конечно, если они сейчас этот раунд заберут и пистолетку, то это такое возможно. Но если сейчас этот раунд сольют, то это обидно будет. Слушай, если он выстрелит...
I think it could work.
Gotta get through the border control, and he's got a pretty high wall over there.
I'm sure, but you know, we'll talk him into it one of these days. We'll make it work.
Gotta protect all those watches.
The watches, the drones, the cheese, the honey Slater thinks he's into.
12-6 выигрывает Норс. Да я же говорил, что они вторую карту могут закрыть.
15th round. Again, setting up for some sort of catwalk execute here.
Именно поэтому я не стал смотреть этот матч.
Way more successful in B. Maybe I'm just making it up, but I feel like the B bomb site's been where they've had more success, and I feel like they keep sort of trying to pressure this catwalk point a little bit. They were waiting around this time, obviously, for Saivu.
Пацаны, накидайте на эту трансляцию лосей.
I still think that's okay. That's not such a bad use of time, but they just didn't get what they wanted. So now, what's the plan?
36 секунд до конца.
Again, they've had a bunch of rounds that are really, really low on time. Because they're waiting for these battles that they're not getting from Vitality. Look at
это выход под Б будет.
It's RPK, walking up right behind, and that is annoying.
Ой, RPK, что ж ты делаешь?
He's just gonna continue. What a machine. He's just picking them up left and right. He was completely unfazed by the fact that they were just coming at it from multiple angles. And look at the quad kill to shut down the half. 9-6 RPK with a fantastic...
Что, смена сторон? Так, музыка без АП, да?
film on watermelon in general. I think raspberries are where it's at.
Raspberries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Raspberries I can get behind you on that one, dude.
Well,
you know,
I love
gonna be blowing a raspberry in just a second. Zywoo.
What I love more than raspberries are headshots.
There we go.
See if we can get some of those. Syrson's here. They need this round. Run boost. He got so much speed behind that, but it doesn't even matter. Oh, and Keto with a good lineup, and he's going to take down Syman. What a well-played round. I think all of those were headshots. Big, not even allowing Vitality to step a foot into that round. That was great.
That was brutal. Definitely not the pistol round that Vitality
Слушай, пистолетка за.
And maybe
Команда
less
B.
chatty, more shooty from Vitality. There was definitely, they kind of let their focus drift a little bit during that downtime in the break.
Yeah, I still appreciate the run boost. I think those are always fun, and again, I do think most of the time of these pistol rounds is being slight coin flips. I don't know, there's a movement to get them removed entirely, which I don't know. Too early for me to say, but I do think they are a little bit like a coin flip half the time, these pistol rounds, so yeah. This time it did not work out for Vitality. They've picked up 3 Deagles, a Tech 9, and a Scout. And now I'm sure they are hoping for a mistake from Big. They would, I mean, they're sort of waiting in all the common positions for someone to walk forward. Doesn't look like they're going to get any of that.
Get nothing.
Well, eventually they're going to come and try and take it, aren't they? So Big was waiting. I mean, Big was really spending a lot of time on their CT side, or sorry, on their T side, waiting for a reaction from Vitality. Very often so much so that when they actually went for a bomb site, it was sort of all or nothing. They really had to win all the fights to make it work. So hoping Vitality don't leave it quite that late, because that is risky. And they're already going.
Once again, able to drop down.
Сирсон.
Oh, Syrson hitting all the shots though. Double headshot with the Scout. Opens it up for his teammates to press forward. A lot of damage getting dealt out for RBK on the flank. Takes down Tijan, and RBK takes Tabson as well. Man advantage now for Vitality.
I don't think Tizian was able to call out that he was getting shot at the back because he was flashed at the same time, so that's why RBK could get that second kill as well. That is incredible, because that made such a difference. Now surely they must know Apex going to get that 1 kill, and now M4 on Keto, he's trying for the headshot. He's going to be able to take down RBK in one spin. Turning around, full 180 to drop Apex, and they barely win that round.
Wow, that was a sick clutch. There we go. That's exactly the amount of respect you show. But dude, it feels good, man. When you hit that headshot on the guy camping pit, I mean, you know you got the round at that point. Yeah. You got it in the bag, because that's the hard one. The other one is just going to be on the site. But as soon as he gets this kill right here, that's wild. That he takes on RPK like that.
The timing is unbelievable.
Monster. You can see clear frustration on the behalf of Vitality. I mean, that's definitely working against them. And so we will have the AWP in the hands of Syrson. Now it is going to be the force buy coming in here from Vitality. That was a bit too close for comfort for them, so they really want to try and continue to take the fight to Big. Do not let Big establish a bank. But Big are 1 round away from tying it up. 9-8, Vitality in the lead on the T side. Big Clan, 3 players clearing out short. But with that flash on long, I think they want to. They're getting the sense that this is going to be on the other side of A.
Ого.
Instant headshot. I can't
Ого, Зайву, что ж ты делаешь? Успокойся, перестань. Перестань, Зайву. Апекс что тебе оформляет килл, Табсон делает 2 килла. Вера убирает. Да подожди. Типа Зайву 1-2, уже сделал 2 килла. Кита делает килл и все. 9-9.
Done and dusted. Where did the op die?
Was there an op?
There we go. Taps.
All right. Yeah. Oh, that was the first kill side we got, I guess. Fair play.
Yeah, so it didn't look like Syrson was able to get much out of it, but as you save the op, you get an AK, and Big Clan now tied up 9-9, letting that corpse know who's boss.
9-9.
Now, I mean, they're setting themselves up for success in the second half. They could very well run away with this. CT side Dust 2 has a way of just chaining together. If one thing goes right, you can keep that momentum moving your way. It's very hard to break. The same way that if nothing is working for you on the CT side of Dust 2, it feels like it's an impossible game and you just want
А чё там Норза?
So,
Выиграли, что ли?
Yeah, but they are
Да,
right
Норза
on the edge.
выиграли.
I mean, the fact that they keep almost losing those rounds and losing a bunch of players in the
Или
middle.
нет?
I think that's why Vitality are just keeping the pressure up here. Keep buying, keep getting kills. And that's a solid strategy as long as you remember to call it off when you stop doing the damage.
А, нет, 10-14.
If you get 3 kills or more per round, then probably in this economy, and especially if you get bomb plants, it's worth it to just keep going. But if suddenly it's just 1 kill and you still keep doing it and you can't quite make a real buy happen, I would say it's a bit questionable, really.
Ну пока 9-9.
And we do have some smokes and some flashbangs. And they're seeing if they can make it out long. Down in pit waiting is Tizian. And he's got some backup over there at long as well. And Syman, I think, but he's gonna go
Tizian отлетел. Сантарес находится в смоках, у нас Шакса.
It's at least helpful that Shocks went down as well. I think Santaras won that fight. Syman's gonna go for the shot, but Cyber was really quick to respond. Now a 2-on-3. About 40 seconds left in Apex. That's a huge kill. I mean, dangerous. Well, for
1 в 3, Кита.
Tough one for Syman though. Just oversteps it ever so slightly. And now Keto has an opportunity here before they figure out where he is. He had to hit that headshot. If he gets that instant headshot, he can focus on RPK. Now he should be getting peeked. If they peek at all, they peek together and he dies. And he's realizing that and he's decided to back off and save the AK for the next round, which I think is the correct call. There's no way you're taking that over.
No, and with the money that they have, again, because of that pressure from earlier,
yeah,
that AK is going to be
even more so, you're right.
Super valuable. All right. 10-9. Big, probably, I don't know if they would want to force. I would consider that a huge risk. Tabson and Syman are going to be the only ones that can sort of maybe like some FAMASs plus the AK, but I just don't think it's worth it. Tough call to make. I can understand why they would want to, maybe they want to try and put on some pressure to Vitality again, but I mean, right now it seems like the French are the one that are really taking control of the game. Wow, they are going to buy into the round.
Just don't stop. I don't think either of these teams is ecoed yet. They just keep buying. They just keep going. No pressure, no release of pressure here. They just want to keep it ratcheted up. Whoever's going to start chaining rounds together is going to get nasty. That's big at the start, but now it's Vitality. Nice flash to force Apex off the corner. And the little details, Anders. I think that you think that Apex is going to make it away, but no. Perfect HE to hunt him down.
And that was being thrown while the sort of the primary guy around the corner was actually taking the fight. So I think they were going to throw that grenade no matter what. Might as well just queue it up. Not bad at all.
That was sick.
Apex going down will secure them another rifle, so they could definitely need it. Right, so they have a lot of time to make up their minds about what they want to do, but sometimes when you lose a guy early on in a fight like this, when you know you've economically reset the other team, or at least you think you have, sometimes teams just completely slow down so much that it actually becomes a problem. So I hope Vitality aren't going to fall for that. Oh. He saw the shadow, but just a weird little timing on that peak for Nevera will be quite enough to bring down Tizian. And now they're going to go up long, and they're not going to be slow about it. I like this from Vitality. We do see even top teams sometimes
4-4,
mind game themselves into playing so slowly in
4-4. Выход на сайт опять. Шокс находит по Сирсону килл.
And Santaras has the other one, but it looks like there will be a bomb plant here. 25 seconds left. Nevera going to get another kill, taking down Tabson, and now 2 versus 4. Good position. Just Keto alone is a great spray down. Almost could have continued it, but there was a lot of people on the other side of that smoke.
Все уже не зашла.
Perhaps.
I mean, this would.
It would be crazy if you go for an eco. If you go for an eco now. At some point, you gotta tap out, and Vitality have now put you into that box.
They really definitely should not be going for it.
Okay, tactical timeout called by Big Clan now.
All right, interesting.
Good stuff, Shoxy. Stay hydrated. Everybody at home, hope you're drinking your
Шокс напомнил водички попить.
That is important. People say for good reason.
For good reason. Yeah.
I was just teasing slightly earlier a story about Apex.
А где Мисута?
I remember, yeah, I remember this is back in like.
Объясните, где Мисута?
We were playing down in Cologne, and Apex had a really terrible map in a best of 3. You know, just heavily underperforming, and the whole team obviously goes outside. They end up losing that map, and they all go outside. And Apex just goes, you know, talks a little bit with the team, and then he goes off on his own and basically says like, you know, I know that I screwed this up, and I need to sort of mentally refocus. And he came back and played the next map really well. So like it was like, you know, taking essentially responsibility for the fact that a lot of that loss was on me. I need to deal with that and get myself back in the game. I thought that's a great mentality. So.
Лиза. Сейчас, секунду.
He's played under Nyak as well.
Yeah, and like had that early professionalism in there.
Yeah, you get that sort of exactly that professionalism in there. It makes all the difference. Oh, that's why it's always blown my mind that the French team just disintegrates. But Vitality so far looking good, and there's Shoxy. That's the Mac 10 in play. Takes down Searson. Bonus money in the pocket. Near kill on RPK. That was a close one. But we will get a 12th round on the board for Team Vitality now. T side looking very good. 9 rounds for Big Clan. And after that, oh man, kick in the pants sort of scenario. Another round of pistols for them.
That's why that force up earlier is so tough. Because otherwise they definitely would have had a full buy round. And they nearly could have had one here. That's actually really hard to deal with. On the other hand, if the audience will allow it, maybe I'll return to some of the criticism we were having of many other teams throughout the first couple of days here at Blast Premier, which is playing CT side and not really putting that much pressure on the Ts and where they can set up. We haven't really seen too much pressure coming in from Big in terms of, and it can really be not that much. It could be flashing your way in to look at Catwalk every once in a while, you know, set up for like a pop flash, go check, even if no one's there. Likely they'll hear it, they'll know that you looked, you have to go, like you probably have to go back and clear it out yourself, like right. It's just small things. But as far as I can tell, Big are doing none of that at the moment. I think, well, they've been aggressive out long, like all the way down the doors when they had a Deagle there. That's like the most forward I think they've been so far. Haven't seen anything else. I mean, if you want to take it even further, you know, rush into lower dark from middle. I mean, sometimes you can do that and you can get away with a kill. And doing that once means from that round on, Vitality have to respect the fact that they have to pay more attention to where you are. Right now, Vitality, no, they're not going to come. We can just set up and it's fine. Don't give them that luxury.
They're taking full advantage as well. Full smoke wall through the CT spawn now, cutting this map in half as far as Big Clan are concerned. And Big Clan's reaction to this, push into upper dark.
I like
Confirm. Is this going to be B? Is this going to be A? And it's looking like with, I mean, the further Keto gets along here, the more information he gains, the clearer it becomes that this is in fact going to be an A hit. And yeah, he's been spotted. Vitality know the game is up and they have to get going.
Oh, they're going to back. They're worried that there's a huge stack that, you know, the information means there's a big one, but there's only 15 seconds. Make a call right now and just go for it. This shuffling back and forth is absolute death. Apex and Shox and Nemiga each getting a kill, 8 seconds, and they're going to go for the bomb plot. They managed to pull themselves out, but you can tell there was a minute there, and they obviously think when they get spotted that, oh dear, if they knew, maybe 4 of them are at A and we shouldn't go there. Yeah. So they start to fall back, and then they, you know, reverse that because they look at the time and think, well, but maybe not. And I can understand why, but making a clean call in that moment, like just no hesitation, that is absolute key. So they just barely saved themselves there.
You must commit, Anders.
Yes.
As soon as the call is made, you just got to go.
I've been trying to make this a popular Counter-Strike type saying. I don't know. I'm sure someone else has thought of this. Someone smarter than me. But, you know, I think full commitment to a slightly worse plan is better than doubting the best plan, basically.
Sure.
So I think that that's so evident in Counter-Strike. If you watch enough games, you could really start to see it. That even if you thought, you know, that you have an amazing plan in mind, like, yeah, but if you execute it with only sort of 80% confidence, that is not going to be nearly as good as just, you know, doing something in the moment and everyone focusing on that and being all on board with it. It takes time as a team, though, to build that kind of respect and to, you know, got to have respect in your leader as well. You got to make sure that everyone knows that if that's the call, that's what we're doing. 23rd round, and it's a 13-9 scoreline. RBK, that's an important kill. Only one guy defending the bomb side, and Nivira's coming in. Actually, RBK takes care of it. He was low on health from the first fight, and he still managed to do it. Again, RBK is just such a character. He keeps getting these rounds where He's getting unlikely headshots, and even if he's low on health, but again, it's not super flashy. But he just does it round for round, another double kill, another. Like, he's so consistent.
Exactly. That's like his job. It's in the contract. You're not going to take over anymore, RPK, but you are going to deliver like a frag around. And that's what we've been saying since the beginning with RPK, where it's just like, if an in-game leader can count on you to get a frag around, he'll take you every day of the week. Yeah. He can have that superstar who sometimes is just going to take over a map, but if he can count on you and he can rely on you, he can build a strategy where he knows you're consistently going to get a frag, yeah, in-game leader's going to love that. So that's why
you take that every time.
Take that every time. The consistency is key. And RPK, I mean, he
actually got
so
that.
Solid. He got that kill.
That's so ridiculous. All right. 14-9. He was just getting a bit too curious. Just peeking out, saying, "Hi guys." That's smart. That's RPK.
That
smart
chuckle, yeah. That chuckle from him.
Yeah.
He knows he got him. Ooh, nicely done there by Zywu.
That's gotta be annoying. They are at the end of the rope here. Big, nice headshot to take down Syman, and they don't have any head armor at all. They are in deep trouble right now, Big. If they lose this round, yeah, they're gonna have the round loss bonus to work with, but that is not gonna be quite enough. So I actually think they have to win it. And Shox is stealing that AWP, isn't he? He's making sure that they cannot go and pick it up. I think he's running it back. Now he's back to pick up the AK. It's petty, isn't it?
It's clever. I like it.
Clever as well, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's just attention to detail. We've got time. And that's going to bait Tabson in. Now we're getting the push from XANTARES because, again, they've been very aggressive in upper halls. But Team Vitality have just been focusing on short this entire time. And
Shox essentially saying to Tabson that there is an AK here for you if you want. But it's in my hands. So.
You're not going to like it.
They're already backing off. And imagine that. Imagine you have to essentially give up on a round that will put the other team into the map point.
Dude, Vitality are looking fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not really... It's just a very strong focus on catwalk, but it's working for them. Clearly, they've identified the weak spot in the big defense, and they just keep exploiting it round after round. XANTARES finds Shoxy, so he gets revenge for his fallen teammate.
Yeah. And, I mean, Syman was actually trying to be forward this time, although he was also alone in doing that. Apex going to find one right there. It's not like they were... you know, he wasn't being boosted up to look into lower. A lot of things missing in that sense. Another rifle taken away. Even if they lose every single member of their team here, Vitality hunting down the remaining members, it'll be worth it. It's absolutely fine, because they have so much money. In fact, they should be buying a lot of AWPs. Shoot down the middle. Let's go.
Yeah, just do it.
Auto snipers and everything.
Just do it.
Buy an M249 or whatever it is. Just get it all out there.
ViCi Anders, this is not matchmaking.
But it could be.
It could be.
They were,
you could use matchmaking tactics.
If they would just, you know, entertain us a little.
But that would just be the most ballsy, you know, disrespect, right?
I know. That's what I want. That's what I'm here for.
Ooh. Interesting. Zywu does not get a kill there. That was full focus mid right there for Big Clan. 3 players, but now they're going to rotate off. 2 players back over towards B. It's 15-9 map point for Vitality on the T side, looking very good. And well, now we will get Big Clan just spreading back out again. All across the map. Defense going to reestablish itself. They're going to get that boost up on a catwalk, and they're going to start maneuvering.
See, they don't know that Keto is there at the moment. They're going to throw a Molotov anyway, which I'm assuming someone will, put out. No, he's going to back on out of there, saving the smoke. He did have one, but I can respect that. The smoke obviously gives away the fact that he is there. I'm sure they'll still check it once again. That's nearly a kill. Now Keto's going to get one. So now they definitely know, and he's ready for a nice flick to take down Nivira. There's some great plays coming out. We've seen some really great couple of highlights out of Keto so far in this match, so they desperately need that at the moment. 5 versus 3, 50 seconds. Big should not be letting go of this round under any circumstances. Now it makes so much sense to play passively. Now you can absolutely defend doing that. But now they're not.
No, it's not happening. I mean, Zywu's still alive, dude. And so long as Zywu's still here, and you still got RPK, Mr. Reliable. So, let's see. RPK, straight down, hits the headshot, gets traded, but that creates the opening. Now there's a man alone here on this B site. Apex charging the doors.
Flash coming through.
Zywu's going to get in here, and unfortunately for them, they have no idea where... Oh, Zywu! Hits the headshot!
I need to see that kill. Apex is going to be taken down, but outside with 1 versus 2. They're coming in through the door already. A nice shot from Tabson. No fear at all in that one.
Keeps the pressure.
Yeah, definitely does. That's going to be another round of the peak. They needed that to stay alive. They need another 5 in a row after that. But I'd really like to see how did he just walk in the door? I mean, it seemed like he was there so quick.
Yeah.
From having thrown the initial flashbang, I think, for Apex.
That was 6 rounds in a row for Vitality, though. 3 rounds at the beginning for Big. Yeah.
All right.
He just walked bold. Just went bold.
Good
All
timing.
in.
Well, 26th round, and we'll see. And Big keep the dream alive and get it into overtime. I actually think if they get it into overtime, it'll be very interesting because I'm sure Vitality will feel a lot of frustration if that happens. They must be thinking this is a done deal. We're on to the next map. Timing not at all with Nivira there. I don't know. It looked like he had plenty of time to see that someone was there. Interesting.
Looks can be deceiving.
I guess so. Oh, down another man early on, spotting a couple of people in the middle, and yeah, Thompson, that's not what you want.
I think it's just that the level now is becoming so high that the angle of your peak is just so important because that fraction of a second. Because Nivera, because he's peeking, right to left.
Yeah.
He's going to see, even if he gets out there, he's going to see Keto later than Keto will see him. And that fraction of a second now is just, it's a lifetime. It's too much of an advantage at the pro level. These guys just can't, you can't do it, right? Or it's very, very hard. You need to catch them sleeping. And so that's probably what happened there. But Vitality are going to be able to work their way up onto that A site. Bomb is planted. RPK waiting for the flank. Going to get it. No problem at all. And has no idea that he is open right now. But that sets it up for Apex.
Yeah, but this is a huge problem because Keto, he's worried about getting shot in the back, and for good reason. So the fact that RPK gets that kill means one of the players trying to retake now has to worry about his own flank in the meantime. And the bomb is just ticking away. Cyber could have been killed already. I don't know. They must have seen him. He's going to get a shot anyway, taking down Sirson, who had no head armor. And now Keto, some desperate jump shots. I don't think this is going to work out at all. And he misses the last chance that he had. I think it's definitely done here. Vitality are going to get a 16th round. There's nothing that Keto could do about it. 16-10 as the French take down Big on the first map in the best of 3. There's much more to come, obviously, but they look so solid on this Dust 2 map here. That is a bit of a statement being sent because they were pretty good on it yesterday as well. So, yeah, a lot of excitement and for good reason as well. We're going to go to a break before we set it to the desk, so stay tuned and we'll be right back.
What's popular, everybody? I hope you're ready for another episode of Skin Survivor. Today we've got Apex from Vitality with us, and he's going to be picking from 16 different op skins this time around, and you're going to pick your favorite between all of these different pairs, move on to the semis and then the finals, and then the winner will go out to one lucky entrant over on Twitter and Apex. You'll get to pick it. Are you ready to do this, Apex? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, thank you.
Round 1 is going to be a quick fire. 8 skins on each side. You're just going to pick your favorite of the 2. You ready to go?
Sure, let's go. Yeah, there is better. Electric Hive. Corticera. Both are good, but I'm gonna go with Mortis. Asimov. Neo Noir. Wildfire. Acheron.
We're out of groups now, so now we're into the quarterfinals, a place that you've been many times. Are you ready to get started?
Let's go.
Atheris versus the Electric Hive.
Well, Atheris, the snake is pretty good. The colors are much better than the Electric Hive.
The Mortis and the Corticera.
I will go with the Mortis, because I feel like the Corticera is too simple.
The Neo Noir versus the Asimov.
I will pick the Asimov because it's an old skin. It's been one of the favorites for many players before the Dragon Lore.
Wildfire versus Acheron.
Well, I picked the Wildfire. Why? It's really good, like with the fire, the red.
Now we go into the semifinals where things get more serious.
Really serious.
Atheris versus the Mortis.
Atheris, once again, the snake is too beautiful and the colors, so Atheris.
The Wildfire versus the Asimov.
Even if I'm not an oper, with the Wildfire I will get better.
we've got our two finalists here, the Aetheris versus the Wildfire. Two beautiful skins, one red, one green. We got Christmas coming up, but now you've got to separate the two colors.
I would like to pick both. Yeah, let's go. I will go to the Wildfire.
Damn, the Wildfire. It's going to win. But also, our wonderful Twitter entrant is going to win, but we haven't picked it yet. So Apex, I need to do one more thing before we go, and that's as simple as pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
At Gonzalo Caba. Congratulations, sir. You have won a hand-picked Wildfire from Apex delivered to you directly to your doorstep. Thank you, Apex, for coming onto the show. Congratulations to Gonzalo Caba for entering and winning.
Thank you very much. It's been really fun to do that, and see you later for the tournament.
Vitality looking good once again on Dust 2, but this time it'll even amount in a win. Very impressive start from these guys. Big tried to come back into it. It may have been their pick within it, but it still isn't the Big that you said, Pim, being the best Dust 2 team right now.
It looked a little bit bleak. It didn't look good. It looked like they were playing FaZe again yesterday, where they got off to a good start. They were in the game in the beginning, but then all of a sudden Vitality took over. Again, I'm missing Syman. I'm missing Xantares. I'm missing the star players of this lineup to step it up when needed the most. We cannot blame a single player. Tizian didn't have a good game either. The only player who really played well, I would say, was Kido. He did everything he could, especially in the later stages of the game, to keep them in it. But as individuals, as a team, they simply just didn't show up together. And Vitality and SAIVU in particular, simply just too good.
And I mean, he said it.
Yeah, he's a god. Honestly, he's a god. Just the last round, I think we have the clip ready. I wanted to show as I was moving in that clutch, because it might sound a little bit special, but actually it's genius. So first of all, this is the 3 versus 3 situation. We're going to see SAIVU. He gets flashed, okay? He loses the information very soon. Big first kill. Then the flash will come in, and he'll realize that he cannot stay in that position. He's overrun. So he takes the Glock, closes the gap, gets the headshot, and then stays alive for so long on that bomb site. It might look silly from, you know, the eye test, thinking, why would you take the Glock? But that's the first, and here again, escaping. That is absolute genius coming out of SAIVU. I've been saying it for years. His understanding of the game, his feeling of the situation, finding out solutions, making the best out of complicated spots. That's just what SAIVU was about.
I loved it, right? Because it was the way he did it as well. Like what you mentioned with the Glock, many people would think, oh no, it wouldn't make sense. But it's just the way he just rushed down into it, and he knew he can make some shots like that to achieve that magic.
Yeah, if I can just add an extra layer to that, right, it's the fact that he's aware. You would see most players that hesitate. And if you hesitate in that position just for half a second, or even the fraction of a second, you're going to be dead. You're going to miss your timing. So SAIVU, he's smart, he's clever, as Minek is saying, but he's also one of the few players who don't need to think. You know, he just does it as per instinct. And when you have that ability, Flusher is a player you can bring up. Glaive is another player who has that ability, but there's so few players out there who have that ability, and SAIVU shows it over and over again. To my understanding of this game, there was only one right winner. Vitality even lost a couple of close rounds they probably should have won at the beginning. This was a very one-sided affair, and definitely the better team won.
And this is a problem for Big right now, because we said yesterday they didn't look hot before. Okay, maybe the unexpected when you're going up against the likes of a FaZe that can be quite unpredictable. We don't know what they're going to be thrown at with them. But Big right now, they need to find some answers. Again, I was listening to the comms. All good communication. All sounds positive when they're sat there. But execution in the game, this isn't the Big from a few months ago.
No, but I mean, that's a positive, right? They're losing their own map pick, and they're still keeping it positive. They still have a good mood within the lineup, a good mood within the team speak. That's important. But as I said, to me, it seemed, Matthew, that it was just the entire team that didn't show up. They had no one to match SAIVU. They had no one to win the extra rounds they needed to win. And yeah, sure, we praised them for having good team play, having good foundations, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you need your Xantares, you need your Tapson, you need your Syman to win rounds you weren't supposed to win.
Yeah, they got outclassed. They got outclassed. There's nothing to say to it. I did not really see many huge mistakes or blunders coming out of Big, right? It's just individuals did not shine the way they were supposed to. Obviously, when you talk about Dust 2, Big and win conditions, you have Syman in the mix. He did not shine. He was way too quiet, not delivering enough. Tizian at the bottom of the scoreboard as well. And then on the flip side, Vitality, that was the good-looking one. I was listening to them. They were focused. They were quiet. A little bit of hype here and there. No flame. Very much laser-focused. Even the coach chiming in. Sometimes they were, cheering very loud after round one, and he would tell them, "Okay, guys, let's take it easy now.
Yeah.
Go back to the focus. Let's move on and focus on the next round." So really, really scary Vitality. And to make things worse, they have a 100% win rate on Overpass coming up.
Yeah, that's a scary factor. And getting into Overpass, right? Do you reckon they're going to stick with Nevera in this? Because people may look at the score and go, "Oh, Nevera, okay, didn't do too well," but they had a win, right? And actually, how was the comms from? Because you're listening in on this. How was it this time around with Nevera? Could you see some progress just in one day?
Honestly, I'm quite impressed by how calm he is. Amidst the chaos, sometimes he just remains very calm. Obviously, the place and the position he has is maybe a little bit quiet, but at the same time, you got to understand, you know, he's new to this and he's trying to find his positions. People are still helping him out. So a little bit quiet, but overall very calm. I liked what I'm hearing from Nevera. Now, I don't have the answer, James. I wish I could have the answer, but I don't. It depends on the preparation. That is the only thing. I would be surprised if they fill him in.
It's back in.
Exactly. I was going to say Misuta over on the B bomb center overpass, quite key as well. Very important player. That would have been a huge challenge to change. And again, this right here, that comes with preparation. This is not a decision made on we either lose or win the map. It all comes down to, are we ready? Do we feel like we can you know, try on this map or that one? And overpass not the case.
Now, this being the pick of Vitality is looking very good. You spoke about the 100% win ratio they have on it, but it is a map also that you can see a team like Big being very prepared, and it's not a terrible map for them.
And I think they find comfort in that fact that they can play Overpass to a very high level as well. The only time they lost it the past 3 months has been against Heroic, 16-7. That was a one-sided match, but a couple of weeks within that, they beat them on Overpass as well. So they play Overpass against some of the best teams in the world, and they win against some of the best teams in the world. So all things considered, sure, you lost your own map pick. Sure, Dust 2 is supposed to be a fortress. That was supposed to be the map win for Big. But I do think that they feel fairly comfortable that they can beat Vitality on Overpass. Vitality, sure, 100% win rate, but a lot of those games have been extremely close. So, if I'm Big Clan, you know, I'm looking towards Syman. He needs to get started with the AWP. You need someone on the server who can match Saivu, simple as it is. So if he does not get started, then they're going to be in big problems. As well as tabseN. He's one of the most influential players within this lineup. He's the caller. He's let's call him the main fragger as well. He's the guy that is supposed to put up the big numbers. If he's not feeling it, he's going to call worse, and he's going to not produce as much kills on the server that you would like to. So those two are the main factors for me going into this matchup.
Here's my problem for all the big fans of the world, and I know you want your team to win, man, and I can understand that. These are lovely chaps. I love them very much. The problem is you have currently on Vitality both Saivu and Shux activated, right? Shux was also very much up on the stat board. He was up there on the A-bomb side. CT side Vitality, this is Saivu and Shux together, and there are so many decisions to make on that A-bomb side. It's gigantic. There's a lot of space. You'll see Shux always trying to grab the map control. He'll find the limit. He'll find, you know, to what extent can I push without endangering my teammates? What kind of information can I give to Apex being safe? He's really good at that, and that's even worse when he's feeling it. And right now, he is absolutely feeling it. So for Big, that's a huge challenge.
And talking about Shux a bit further, right? Is this now 2 days? We've had back-to-back good games from we're liking what we're seeing from him. Do you think there's maybe a bit of motivation coming in from him? The fact that he is the one that mentioned that Nevera maybe replace him on some of these maps?
Potentially, maybe that's another layer. I think me and Maniac had the discussion in the green room. You know, maybe that could be the extra push he needed. One thing I have been noticing, and I forgot to say it yesterday because there was so much great stuff to talk about, is the body language of Shux. It seems to me like he's having a lot of fun in Counter-Strike. It's a player who's been around for ages, and it's a player that has his up and his downs. At a certain period, he was undoubtedly one of the best players in the entire world, but the last couple of years, he's just been all right. He's been decent. It seems to me, when you look at his body language, he's having fun, he's laughing, he's, you know, motivated again. And a motivated Shux with the talent and the skills that he has, surely he can be one of the best players in the world, so why not? Just to add to another point right here, I just looked up the stats as well. Him and tabseN had 7 duels, Shux won 6 of those, right? He shut down tabseN, so that cannot happen again. And when you have a guy like Shux who's shutting down the best player on the opponent's team, well, you got a good thing going for you.
And that's what we need the other pieces of Big to step up, though, isn't it? It can't be just looking at tabseN leading, being the role model, being the top fragger in that. We need to see the likes of Syman and Xantares deliver to the standard we know they can.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned Xantares, and usually in that bathroom area, once more on the A-bomb side, he's very, very aggressive, very assertive. He doesn't back down from the fight. He's always in his opponent's faces, so he's going to have to do that again. I think that's going to be a win condition. Also, talking about Big, talking about Overpass, usually they were the one coming in with the innovations. We need to see that coming out of Big. That used to be one of the biggest selling points. You talk about Big, and you talk about, you know, they found some boost, they found some new things we haven't seen before, because they have that minutia, that delicacy, finesse in the game that we haven't really seen so far. It was a relatively normal standard Dust 2 played by Big. I need to see that creativity coming in. Overpass is a good map for that. There are still tricks to find, you know, shenanigans to be found. I think that can be the case on Overpass, and to me, Big will need it.
And just touching on that point that you were leaving there, right? Do you think that's what's happened to Big here, that things haven't changed enough? They've kind of been caught up a bit? Because they had this nice stint where things were looking real good for him, and now we're kind of in this position again. We're just watching them slow down.
A little bit. They've stagnated, right? It's tough to be at the top. It's tough to be the team everyone is looking towards. So they have figured out the first version of Big. They have to try to reinvent themselves. They have to come up with new stuff. And sometimes, for some teams, it's take a while, right? It's not something you do overnight. It's not something you do in just 1 week of practice. So sure, you can give them the argument that it's tough for them right now, as everyone is looking towards Big, and everyone is giving them the respect they deserve, because they are a top team within the top international Counter-Strike scene. So people will prepare for them. People will be afraid of facing Big Clan. I wouldn't use it as an excuse, and I think right now the thing that I need from them is individual level. I need someone to step it up. Saivu killed Shantaris 7 out of 8 duels as well. It's just the stars, you know, shutting each other down, and as long as that stays like that, Big have no chance.
Well, Big need to find that little bit of form, that extra oomph in order to get the job done and take us to a third and final map. But Vitality are looking strong, coming off the back of the Dust 2 win. So let's find out who will take it on Overpass after this break.
All right, welcome back. We are on to the second map. Vitality won the first one, and the odds kind of reflect that as well in a big way. Yeah, the bedway odds. You are right indeed. We appreciate them for helping us out. Overpass is going to be the second map. I really like Vitality right now. I think they're great. You?
I'm just laughing. You know, it's like, to me, I don't know, man. It's the small things. You know, I was just like, oh yeah, we can just point, bam, bam, bam,
get it all in there.
Hey, thanks to our sponsors for making this all possible here, and to everybody tuning in as well. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. We got some 6CS on our way, because Vitality going into Overpass, this is their map pick. They won Dust 2. They look super solid on Dust 2. And, well, they're supposed to be super solid on Overpass as well. Big have got their work cut out for him here in this winter match.
Yeah, and Misuter's back.
He is back in the mix, yeah. So let's see. This time around, his team won without him. I wonder how he feels.
I just have to assume this is a conversation they've had already.
Sure.
And that they just feel great about it.
You don't think that they were just like, yeah, actually, this is how it's going to be, and if you know like it, just lump it.
Yeah. No, I can't imagine that. That would certainly be a terrible way to start the project. So we'll get more information. I'm sure. We'll ask them. We'll find them. We'll track them down. We'll get maybe we'll get Freya later on to pose some of these questions.
Yeah.
How's that been thought out? All right, so they've checked connector, Vitality on the CC side, and they're going out long, so they are just doing all the checking. I think, was he turned for a flashbang? Doesn't even matter. Syman with amazing headshots, taking down RPK and Apex. I thought he was dead for sure. And now, yeah, they got the bomb site, but they're really locked in. They're completely boxed in on this bomb site.
That was the one, wasn't it? Absolutely expecting Zai would hit those headshots. Instead, it's Misuda. Taking some shots there, does get that bomb up. Shoxy's got his back. Both players remain. One caught in the sandwich, and it is all on Misuda now. Time to clutch it, my dude. Team is counting on you in this pistol round, 1v2, and he's about to get flanked. He could pick up the P250 if he wanted to. Have a little bit more oomph. A bit more firepower versus the Kevlar.
He's getting back around the corner, and just in time, I was going to say Tabson was about to shoot him in the back. Now Santeras is up there. He knows exactly where he is, but he could just stand up and try and go for the fight, and there's the headshot! Amazing double kill from Misuta. I thought earlier, did he use burst fire at range?
Yes.
I think he had it accidentally switched to burst fire, so that is not the most confident start, but that is a really great comeback. Misuta just absolutely handling that well and realizing that standing on top of that truck was not a great idea.
Listen, time will tell if this is possible or not. Because you could easily say, oh, he's going to come in cold, not warmed up. He's not going to be as fluid as the others that already had a map. Or the other side of that is, yeah, he's going to come in cold, but he's not going to be frazzled. He's going to be fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
We had some watermelon in the meantime.
Yeah, and not the vodka kind. But, oh, maybe, I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. A lot of flashbangs for Shox. He was like, this one will go away. Oh, there's another one. Oh, no. I'm dead.
Yeah, it turns out they were DJ Khaled flashbangs.
Exactly.
Ooh, nice shot from Apex, though. Takes down Searson, and quick play coming in here from Vitality. A change of pace, straight up onto the A site from them. No shenanigans. All-out warfare, just getting in here. Santeras is still staying alive behind, playing very patiently, waiting for that bomb plant sound exactly, and then he'll try and peek behind this. Impeccable stuff from Santeras. Patience pays off in the end.
Would have been so amazing if he could have done it just a second earlier as well, because that would have stopped the bomb from going down. Yeah, but it's still really good thinking. Tizian hoping to guess something through the smoke, not quite doing it. Remember, he has no armor, so any bullets right here, and he's probably going to be dead. And actually shot in the back. RPK with a triple kill, and Vitality survive a scary round. But here's something to notice. When they lose Shox outside of B in that, with that cool pop flashing, instead of the rest of the Vitality team just standing still out at long, they go immediately. They just go for it, and that's what you need to do. Like I love the fact that they're so swift at making those calls.
Yeah.
3 trees somewhere.
Ooh, where are they gonna go? Are they gonna go top mid or onto short?
Waiting in B for now.
Yeah, it's gonna be B monster. If they go through monster now, yep, there's the welcoming committee.
We've got the mortars set up.
Bombardment.
Got the coordinates lined in. Got the aircraft up ahead, dialing in all of it. There we go, but no one spotted them. No.
They swapped out for their guns. There we go. HDs are in, and they managed to find them. At least one kill. I was still cleaning the house, and I mean, this should still, of course, be a Vitality round.
They had definite moments there where it could have been at least a double kill with the HEs, but whatever. No one saw. What can you do? I still appreciate it. It makes it more interesting for us.
It's the howitzer.
Yeah, get that in there. Orb on Searson, and it's the 4th round that's coming up. Vitality off to a decent start on their own map pick here, playing the T side. So